Hey guys, before we get things rolling, I just wanted to let you know that we're doing a bit of a promotion with the folks here at Flock Designs. They make this fun little pithy shirt as well as a bunch of other stuff. They got mugs and stuff like that. So if you order with the promo code Popcorn15, you get 15% off. And then we get a little piece of that. Helps support the show. So yeah, that'd be great. I'll throw their info down in the show notes and enjoy. Welcome, everybody, to another installment of Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I am one of your co-hosts, Frank.
I guess I'm the other one, Peter.
He is Peter. Today, we're going to be talking about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, Leonardo
A lot
DiCaprio.
of fun to do Leo. So,
I have a question.
What do you got for the end?
I was thinking, do you have a favorite, or do you have an actor in mind who is the child of another actor?
Famous actor.
Sure.
That's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. I probably do.
Yeah,
a couple
I have a
come to
few.
mind.
Probably have a few.
Yeah. So, all right, Leo. Tell me your
You want me to start?
Tell me about your three
All right.
Leo choices. Folks, hey, hit the little bell and subscribe. And
Subscribe,
all right,
share a
yeah.
little bit. Leonardo DiCaprio is great work. Wonderful actor. I'm going to start off with one that really caught my attention. And that is What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah, great.
Oh,
Young Leo.
He's young. He plays, well, he's probably, I don't know, he's maybe 17 or so in the movie, but he plays a little younger.
Yeah.
And he's mentally handicapped, and he's the younger brother of a just overwhelmed at times Gilbert Grape, who is played by Johnny Depp. But boy, Leo is able to steal so much of our attention and our heart sometimes, because he's like, he just kind of moves in and out of his own world.
Yeah.
And it is very convincing.
He is actually, I think, the biggest actor in that movie.
I do too. A lot of people, this is at that time when everybody would get up really interested in what's the new Johnny Depp movie. And that was a Johnny Depp movie coming out. That was a vehicle for him. And
Leo's
and he's wonderful in the movie, but Leonardo DiCaprio
totally
just, he steals so
definitely.
many scenes. Phenomenal. He's young, and he really just grabs your attention. It's that small town life, so people are kind of trapped. He's trapped in another way, though, too.
Yeah.
And it's really just so impressive.
Yeah, you could see like, oh, this kid's gonna do some really interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just there's some intense scenes there, and just love it.
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's great.
So I'm gonna move on, and this may be, I'm not going to say my favorite movie.
Okay.
It is not my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie. This one might be my favorite performance, Blood Diamond.
Okay.
He is amazing in this movie. He's got, I mean, his accent is perfect. He's amazing. He's a white African, and like everybody else seems to be in this movie, except for the very innocent tribesmen, it seems like everybody else just doesn't want to be in Africa.
Yeah.
Most of the Africans don't seem to want to be there either. And it's amazing. It's, like I say, with the exception of the innocent tribes people, the government is dangerous, can't be trusted. The rebels, very dangerous, can't be trusted. Mercenary forces are in there, dangerous, can't be trusted. Nobody can trust anybody else. And so throughout this movie, he is very convincing at not being convincing. It's like, you don't know, can he be trusted? Even up to the end, you're like, can he be trusted?
But I think that in that movie too, he shows a bit of a moral shift.
No, he does. He does.
And it's
and he struggles with it.
Yeah, but it's believable.
It is.
And I think that's the important.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the important part of that performance.
Right. He does. He's a nice person, but he's got to stay alive. He's cynical, and because of that, there's a lot of times you just don't. I don't know if he can be trusted. What's he going to do at the very end? Is he going to? Right. Because it looks like he's selling out people, but then he's not. Then he's helping people, but is he just doing it to help himself? It's hard to read this character. Yeah. But he's he does a
great job with it.
I really love that one, and he's got so many performances.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. It goes without saying.
Drives you crazy because he's got so many. He's got a wonderful working relationship with Martin Scorsese, and a wonderful working relationship with Quentin Tarantino, as well as obviously other directors too. So he's in some great movies, but it brings me around to my third pick, which would be one of his more recent ones, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He doesn't get overshadowed by Brad Pitt. He's sometimes literally working side by side with him in many scenes.
Yeah.
But then there are other scenes where he's not with Brad Pitt, and then there's the scenes where Brad Pitt is not with him. And I think there may have been some bargaining with the studio or whatever to make sure that the Leonardo DiCaprio role, which is equal in size to the Brad Pitt role, was nominated as the leading actor in the Oscars, and Brad Pitt was nominated for the supporting, so they wouldn't have to compete in that sort of a thing. But he's wonderful in this thing. He's I'm not going to say faded because he's still a young man, but he's at that point in his career where he could be faded any week.
Yeah, no, but you know what though? I mean, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is actually one of mine, so I'm going to kind of piggyback.
Okay, I just want to say, no, he's wonderful in this. He has a little bit of a stammer. He's not confident, even though he was very successful at one point, one series in particular. But his character is Rick Dalton, and he's just wonderful because there are times where he loves this system, but he knows that he's starting to get stereotyped, and he doesn't like that part.
But that's
and he also feels like there are times where you see he does feel like he's a little above it too. Like, I don't want to have to do spaghetti westerns.
Well, that's the thing. It's like but he knows it's inevitable. And that I think
he does.
Is the thing, and that's what's so
he's
sad about.
He's still holding on to stuff.
That's what's so sad about him being so young, is that the system is just churning through him. He's doing roles now like, here's the famous guy being the bad guy on another show. Right. So there's the lead, and he gets his ass kicked. Right. So that's how he knows that he's on his way out.
Yes.
So it really does become about, like, I want this great role, and that role, the Western that he's in with the little girl, is just like, oh, this could be such a great thing for this series, and hopefully that it'll move forward. But just his character is probably not, and he has to go do the Western. So, and I think that seeing him work through that realization that he is pretty much almost done. And you know, paralleled with
one week away from.
Well, that's the thing.
Boom.
Yeah,
I mean?
and
that's just it.
Right, which I think contrasts nicely with Brad Pitt's character, who knows that he's done. It was a good ride, and I'm just going to do this.
Exactly.
So
he's been stumped.
That's great. So I'm going to jump in, and so that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was one of mine. My next one would be Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Because he is just so fun and so believable as Jordan Belfort, and it's just like he's such an asshole.
Oh yeah.
And he plays the rich bastard like so well.
Yes.
It's like made for it. And it's a delight to watch that movie. And he loves the drugs. And I love his little speech at the beginning where he's like, oh, I take this drug to do this. And then there's cocaine. And I love cocaine. But his most favorite drug of all is, money. So I love him in that. I think he's super fun in that. And then another Scorsese is Departed.
Oh yeah.
Because he is just at the end of his rope in Departed, and you're rooting for him the whole entire time. And you're so sad. I think when he gets his his ending there, you're just like, but come on, man. He was just, trying so hard to do the right thing and find his place and do that. And I just think that his intensity in both Wolf of Wall Street and The Departed, and which was my fourth one, was Revenant. Was so great. And I think he got the Oscar for Revenant.
Actually,
he did. Because he just got the shit kicked out of him the whole time. Yeah. And it was just like, all right, we'll give it to him. He was great in that. So those are my three.
I also loved the Aviator, which killed me that I couldn't put that in there.
Yeah. He's got so much great stuff.
Catch Me If You Can, and other ones.
Catch Me If You Can is that youthful kind of exuberance thing where you could almost fold right into.
He's just having fun.
Yeah, and then you just sort of fold that right into Wolf of Wall Street. It's just like, oh, all right, he's full of crap in this too, and it's just on a much bigger scale.
It's on a bigger,
great.
Bigger scale.
So we had a question about
do you
families.
have an actor?
Yeah, I would say that
who you like, appreciate their work,
I would say,
but they also happen to be a child of another.
I would probably go Colin Hanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's shown up in a lot of fun stuff. I like Tom Hanks a lot too. Mamie Gummer, Meryl Streep's kid. You don't see her a lot, but she's fun. So those are probably the two that jump to mind. Just quickly.
There are some that I often think of. Kirk Douglas. That used to.
I
mean, he's dead, but used to be a big fan. Michael Douglas, and then even like Donald Sutherland and Kiefer Sutherland, and then you can get the threefer if you want, and go Debbie Reynolds, Carrie Fisher, Billy Lord. If you want to go that way.
Could go. Well, you could also do Martin Sheen, Emilio Estevez, and Charlie Sheen, because I mean, Charlie Sheen's craziness notwithstanding. I mean, the guy's done some pretty good stuff. He did Wall Street. He did Platoon. Yeah. He was in some pretty good stuff. And he was funny on, 2.5 Men. And then he's just, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Then there's the other stuff, the bigger extended sort of families, the Coppola family.
Oh, yeah.
So, that goes wide.
Yeah.
The Houston family.
Walter Houston,
Gwyneth
John Paltrow,
Houston, and about the Blythe Danner.
Laura Dern, and you got Angelina Jolie and John Voight. There's so many, too many to talk about.
Something I think, with the exception of politics, Hollywood is a perfect cauldron for nepotism.
Oh, I think it's probably even more so.
Maybe
politics,
it is. Maybe
I would
it is.
say, yeah.
It's great.
So yeah, hey, who do we have next?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's find out.
So, super fun. All right, cool. That'll be a fun one. That will be a fun one.
Yes,
so, all right, everybody. Hey, thanks for paying attention for a little while. Remember to like and subscribe and share. Check out the podcast, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.